Harry makes $62,000 a year. After taxes, rent, groceries, insurance, and the occasional overpriced coffee he doesn't actually enjoy, he clears maybe $1,800 a month. That's not enough to feel rich. But it's also not nothing. And somewhere in that tiny gap, between broke and comfortable, lies the one decision that separates people who compound wealth from people who just survive. This isn't about getting lucky. It's about what consistent actually looks like before the numbers start to move. Harry sits in his apartment on a Tuesday night, scrolling through his bank app. He's 29. He has $4,000 in savings. No debt, but no momentum either. His friends are buying cars. His coworkers are talking about down payments. And Harry feels stuck. Not drowning. Just stuck. He knows he should be doing something different, but every article he reads tells him to save more, invest smarter, hustle harder. None of it feels real. None of it feels like something he can actually do tomorrow. So he keeps scrolling. Until one night, he doesn't. He finds a book someone mentioned in a Reddit thread. The title doesn't promise millions. It just says that small actions, repeated over time, create results that look like luck. He doesn't believe it. But he's bored enough to try. Harry decides to move $300 a month into a separate account. Not an investment account. Not a high-yield savings account. Just a different checking account he can't see when he opens his banking app. That's it. No budget overhaul. No side hustle. Just $300 disappearing before he has a chance to spend it. The first month feels like nothing. He still has $1,500 left. He still buys lunch twice a week. He still goes out on Friday. But the money moves. Month 2, same thing. He forgets it happened. Month 3, he checks the account. $900. It's the most money he's ever had that he didn't touch. And that's when something inside him shifts. Not motivation. Not excitement. Just a quiet realization that maybe this is what consistent actually means. Boring. Invisible. Repeating. The hard part isn't starting. It's month 4. Harry's car needs new tires. $280. He has the money in his main account, but barely. He looks at the separate account. $900 just sitting there. No one would know. No one would judge him. It's his money. But he doesn't touch it. He puts the tires on a credit card, pays it off over 2 paychecks, and keeps the $300 transfer going. It's uncomfortable. It's annoying. And it's the first time he's ever chosen future Harry over right now Harry. The tires get paid off. The account hits $1,200. Then $1,500. And Harry starts to notice something strange. He's not making more money. He's not working more hours. But he feels less anxious. Not because he's rich. Because he's consistent. And consistency, it turns out, is the only thing that doesn't require talent. Month 7. Harry's friend throws a bachelor party in Vegas. Everyone's going. The flight's cheap. The hotel's split 6 ways. It's $250, maybe $300 total. Harry has the money. He could go. But something stops him. Not guilt. Not fear. Just a question. Does this move him closer to the person he's trying to become, or does it move him sideways? He doesn't go. His friends don't understand. One of them calls him boring. And maybe he is. But the account hits $2,000. And Harry realizes that the most expensive thing in his life isn't rent or food or even the occasional stupid purchase. It's other people's timelines. The moment he stops performing for them is the moment his money starts working for him. This is the test. Not the big dramatic failure. Just the quiet choice to be misunderstood. And he passes. $2,000 becomes $3,000. Harry opens a brokerage account. He doesn't know what he's doing. He Googles index fund and expense ratio, and feels dumb reading the same paragraph 4 times. But he moves $500 into a target date retirement fund. Then nothing happens. The number goes up $3. Then down 2. Then up 5. It's the most boring thing he's ever watched. But he leaves it. Month 12. He moves another $500. Month 14, another. By month 18, he has $4,000 in the market and $2,200 in cash. And here's the thing no one tells you. It doesn't feel like progress. It feels like waiting. But waiting with a system is different than waiting with hope. One compounds. The other just costs time. And Harry's finally learned the difference. Year 2. Harry gets a raise. 62 becomes 67. After taxes, that's maybe 200 more a month. Most people would spend it. Harry doesn't. He bumps the transfer from 300 to 450. His lifestyle stays exactly the same. Same apartment. Same car. Same $2 coffee. But the gap between what he makes and what he spends starts to widen. And that gap, that invisible space, is where wealth is built. Not in the big wins. Not in the promotions or the side hustles or the viral business idea. In the space between earning and spending. In the decision to let that space grow instead of filling it. Harry's friends don't see it. His family doesn't ask about it. And that's exactly the point. The moment you start looking rich is the moment you stop becoming rich. So Harry stays boring. And the numbers keep moving. Year 3. The brokerage account hits 18,000. The cash account sits at 5,500. Harry's still making 67,000. But his net worth is almost $24,000. He didn't invent anything. He didn't get lucky. He just moved money before he could think about it, and then he left it alone. This is the part most people miss. Wealth doesn't announce itself. It doesn't show up with confetti and a promotion. It just quietly appears in the background while you're living the same life you were living 3 years ago. And the only reason it appears at all is because you didn't interrupt it. You didn't celebrate early. You didn't spend the win before it compounded. You just kept the system running. And the system, it turns out, doesn't care about your feelings. It only cares about repetition. Year 5. Harry's brokerage account is worth $41,000. His salary is $72,000. He's invested over $30,000, but the account is worth more than that because the market did what it does. It moved. Some years up. Some years flat. 1 year down. But Harry didn't stop. He didn't panic. He didn't pull out when it dropped or chase returns when it spiked. He just kept the transfer going. $450 a month. Every month. And now something has shifted. The account makes more in a good month than he contributes. That's the flip. That's the handoff. The moment when your money starts working harder than you do. It doesn't happen fast. It doesn't happen loud. But it happens. And when it does, you realize that every boring month you suffered through was just the price of admission. You weren't building wealth. You were building the system that builds wealth. And now the system runs itself. Harry still lives in the same apartment. Still drives the same car. Still drinks the same coffee. But he's not the same person. He knows what most people never learn. That consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about being present. It's about showing up on the months you don't feel like it. It's about protecting the pattern even when no one's watching. Especially when no one's watching. Because the people who see you now will judge you for being boring. And the people who see you in 10 years will ask how you got lucky. And you won't correct them. Because explaining it would take longer than they're willing to listen. So you just smile. And you keep the system running. And you let the silence do the work. Here's what you can do tonight. Open a separate account. Doesn't matter what kind. Checking, savings, brokerage. Just separate. Pick a number you won't miss. Not a number that hurts. A number that's boring. $50. 100. 200. Set it to transfer automatically the day after you get paid. Then forget it exists. Don't check it. Don't celebrate it. Don't touch it. Let it be invisible. Month 2, do nothing. Month 3, same. Month 6, glance at it. You'll see a number that didn't exist before. That's compound consistency. That's the thing no one talks about because it doesn't make good content. It's not dramatic. It's not fast. But it's real. And if you let it run for 5 years, you'll have something most people spend their whole lives wishing for. Not wealth. The system that creates it. And once you have that, everything else is just time. This is educational content, not financial advice. But if you're still here, you already know what to do. The only question is whether you'll let it be boring long enough to work.